Hello everyone, welcome back to our Advent adventure, and today is day 11. We're nearly halfway, we're nearly there. And today our story is about an unexpected king. Actually it's about two unexpected kings. The first one, we were saying on Monday that Jesus' family tree is full of unexpected people, and this is actually the one that you wouldn't think he was unexpected, but he was. Which was David. Do you remember little David, the one that fought a giant? Well, he didn't always fight giants. There was a time that he was just a little shepherd, and which was a job that nobody wanted to do. So it was not quite the best job in the world. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest. Let's put it that way, that if you were picking someone for your team, he wouldn't necessarily be the first person that you would pick. And do you know how we know that? Because the Bible tells us a story about a prophet called Samuel in 1 Samuel 16. And it says that God said to him, I'm going to choose a king. They had chosen a king, but he wasn't a good king. And God said, I'm going to choose my own king, and this king will be a good king. And I want you to go to the house of a man named Jesse, and his son, one of his sons, will be the new king. And Samuel went and he told Jesse, I came to pick among your sons one of them to be a king. And Jesse went and got all his older sons, and they were all strong and big. And Samuel thought, oh, I know it's done. And he went one by one, from the tallest and oldest to the smallest. And when he saw all 7 of them, he looked at Jesse and said, neither of them is the one. I didn't feel in my heart that was the one. Do you happen to have another son? And Jesse said, well, yes, I do, but he's really young. And he's just a shepherd, and he's working in the field. And Samuel just went, quickly, fetch him. And the Bible says that as he was walking towards them, as David was coming from the fields, the Lord spoke to Samuel in his heart and said, that's the one. And I remember once listening to the story and someone saying that Samuel saw only a shepherd boy, but God saw the heart of a king, and he was the chosen one. He was chosen, and many years later he came across a giant, and not long after he became a king. But he was a very unexpected king. And you know, it reminds us a little bit of Jesus, because Jesus, when he came, he wasn't the king that people were expecting. He was actually very different. He wasn't born in a royal family. He wasn't rich. He wasn't a warrior or someone that would come and save them as a ruler would. His kingship was very different, and yet was very special. And so today, our ornament will be a shepherd's crook on our tree, because shepherds were some of the lowest people, one of the lowest jobs. And it will help us remember that God uses people that we least expect in order to do his work. And I think that is really special. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.